Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. As you guys know, I've been in the business for 35 years and been playing the game for longer than that. I was actually thinking a lot about this video, and I've seen a lot, I've done a lot in tennis, but I'm going to teach you something today. I'm actually going to give you some good advice to live by today. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So in my years, I've seen pretty much everything there is to be seen, whether it be on the court or off the court. And this is some advice that I would love to share with you. Now, let's start with stuff that's on the court. I've seen so many people, adults, trying to teach their kids tennis. I would say it works a lot of the time, especially when they're younger and they want to please you. Once they get to a certain age, you know what I'm talking about. 12, 11, possibly 10. Sometimes even 9 now, because they're getting smart in the mouth pretty early these days. You know what I'm saying? And they're trying to kind of get away from what's going on with you, unfortunately. So instead of wanting to please you, they want to separate from you. So my advice to you is, teach them as long as they want to learn. And then, just in my own personal life, I don't encourage tennis to my little one. I make her ask me when she wants to play. I never ask her because it never works out. Guys, if you think about it, whenever you want to ask your kid, hey, you want to play? Nah. Come on, it'll be fun. Nah. But if you ask that, it's just how it is, right? Best laid out plans never go to fruition. It's just how it is. But if they come up to you and say, hey, Dad, let's get off your behind and let's go play some tennis. Then you're like, okay, somebody's interested. Okay. And remember, keep them wanting more. Don't overdo it. Don't teach for like 2 hours and expect them to want to come back the next week, because it ain't gonna happen unless you got some ice cream or some kind of dangle something in front of them like a toy or something, but don't teach your kids. Know the limits. Okay, just a quick story. You guys know Wozniacki, right? So she never got the attention of her parents. They concentrated on the boys, her brothers. So she basically took a racket and some balls out to a wall and just beat down that wall. She learned herself playing on a wall because they never gave her the same attention as they gave her older brothers, right? But she wanted it more, probably because of that. And she got better because she wanted to show the parents, I'm better than them. Okay? So, light the inner fire if there is a inner fire. All right? Now, remaining on the court, I've seen so many domestic battles out there that it's just not even funny. Whether they're on the same side and you got boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife on the same side playing doubles against some other couple, just screaming at each other. I'm like, Jesus, it's a tennis game, leave your domestic crap at home, and obviously it doesn't work on the court. Maybe it doesn't work off the court either, but don't show other people that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you guys really shouldn't play with each other. Just go separate ways. Let the girls play with the girls, let the guy play with the guys, mix with couples does not work, guys. It doesn't work. I've seen literally World War III out there with couples. Jesus, especially when the girl hits the guy in the back of the head, or the guy hits the girl in the back of the head. It just, no. Okay? Small percentage of it works. Most of the time, cut that one off. All right? So let's move slightly inside now. Okay? We all take this game a little too seriously sometimes. Gotta remember, maybe 1% of the whole tennis population make a living off of tennis. What does that mean? 99% of you guys don't make money. So why are you guys complaining? It's just a game. If you were really that good, okay. If you're a top 1% and you're making a living on it, you can get mad. You can do whatever you want, right? Because that's your career. For the rest of you 99.9% of the people, it's just a game, peeps. All right? It's fun. Remember that. Okay. Now, let's actually stay on the court a little bit more. Line calls. Okay? Line calls and playing it fair. All right? As I was just saying, it's just a game, guys. Okay? Whether it's in, whether it's out, call it right. Because, again, the professionals have people calling their lines, so they don't have to worry about it. So, I mean, I understand that a lot of people out there need glasses and probably don't wear them when they're playing tennis for some reason, but call it fair and, call it like you see it, like how you really see it. And if you don't see it, what happens if you don't see it? It's in, guys. If you didn't see it, it's in. You lose the point. Okay? Remember that. Now, we're going to go inside and going to do a little shopping now. A lot of people over the last couple of weeks have come in saying, I need new shoes. Obviously, they don't know that there's a shoe shortage out there. And when I asked, how long have you had your shoes? Over a year. How often do you play? 4 times a week. I'm like, man, your shoes are shot. Your knees are shot. Your ankles are probably shot. Your back bottom of your foot is shot. Jeez. If you're playing 4 times a week and you have your shoes for over a year, there's nothing left in those shoes. If you're playing 4 times a week, you should have changed them every 3 months. So, guys, remember, take care of your feet. Take care of your knees, because you got to be standing and being around for another 50 years. And don't abuse your feet like that. Don't abuse your legs like that. Buy some shoes. I know there's a shortage out there, but, buy some shoes. And don't wear the same shoes that you wear on the court, walking around the mall or doing what you do, walking a dog. Like, get some dog walking shoes for that or something. Only wear your tennis shoes on the tennis court when you're playing. When you're done, take them off. Okay? Words to live by. Now, if you play any type of match, USTA, some kind of sanctioned match, flex leagues, whatever you do, play with new balls. Because if you play with flat balls and then you got to play with new balls during those matches, those balls are going to come 2 or 3 times faster and you're not going to be used to it. Okay? So I know there's a ball shortage out there. Buy new balls or get some Trinities. Use those until they're naked. Okay? All right, final thing. Tennis strings do die over time. I would say 6 months to a year, probably max, to string it, because it's already dead by then, especially if you play 4 times a week, okay? So the rule of thumb, If you play once a week, you string once a year. Twice a week, twice a year, and so on. Okay, so 6 months to a year, pretty fair. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to me. Hopefully I gave you some words of wisdom, both on the court and off. Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis.